I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What's up? What is up?
Mark? How you doing?
I'm good. We did a Not a Trekkie yesterday, so we actually got our Not a Trekkie for this month. We may be doing another one next week with Shell Shock and Not a Trekkie. We'll be doing Phantom Menace and Turtles 3.
Awesome. Good to hear it.
Yeah.
Those will be coming out pretty. Well, I know the Not a Trekkie will be coming out. I guess maybe this week.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we went and did it for you, so you don't have to do it. We watched Double Dragon.
Yes.
Verdict.
This is our verdict of Double Dragon, of our video game movie, live action movie marathon, I guess.
Yeah. It has to be that one stipulation. It has to be live action.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So far we're 2-2 with movies that like we actually generally liked the movies. Like they were bad, but they were good bad.
Mm-hmm. They have character. They have heart. They make you laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Chuckle.
And as much as everyone will like shit on it and things like that, we quite enjoyed it. Like I remember watching it as a kid and really enjoying the movie. I watched it many times. So me watching it again, I just remembered the scenes and remembered the ridiculousness of the movie. I was like, it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah. Well, it was like one of the things both. Yeah. Well, I can't compare them in terms of what I've heard about them, but when you compare the end product to the reaction that you get from most fans of the original series, you would think these are the worst things that ever happened.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're not. They're not terrible movies. Like, I don't know what it is about them too. It's just that, yeah, we know it's not a good movie. No, it's not something that you would give an Academy Award to, or you would even give any type of award to.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they're completely watchable.
Yeah.
And they're fun, and they get you engaged in the movie. Like, I don't know how they managed to do that and still manage to be bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there has to be something about that.
Yeah.
The quality that these movies have.
Yeah, I just think at least they're entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, if they're going to go crazy with something, they go all the way. They're not half-assing it.
Okay, so see here, this one, I have to give it more credit than not. It's just that when it came to the screen, we didn't know what that interpretation of the real story would be for Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Because we could start by giving the background on the movie, but the thing is, this is actually more faithful than Mario Brothers, and it's weird.
Yeah.
So let me get the info for when it came out.
November 4th, 1994.
Oh, okay. All right, you on point. So it's actually a PG-13 movie.
Mm-hmm.
So there is deaths aplenty in this movie, actually.
Okay.
Not that much cursing.
No.
Interestingly enough, not that much cursing, but a lot of death.
Yeah.
There was a lot of on-screen death. There are mutants. There is not like bodily mutilation, but there's some gross stuff with the mutants. Yeah. But yeah, people die a lot in this movie. That's one thing that you. The story starts out with death with the pendant, actually. Yeah. So it's a lot.
We have our cast, which is Scott Wolf. If you don't know him, he was in Party of Five. That's pretty much where I made him famous. Mark Descasos. If you know him, he's the Mr. Only the Strong. He's also the Iron Chef, the main person in Iron Chef now.
His nephew.
Yeah, his nephew. Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I think he's Japanese and Filipino, I believe.
Yeah, he is. He also he was the Crow, Stairway to Heaven. He was in Cradle to the Grave. He was actually in the last John Wick.
Yeah, I saw it. It says his character is named Zero. I'm
Yeah.
like, that sounds cool. What was he cool in the movie?
Yeah, he was actually one of the main villains.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. Wow.
So
No,
he was-
see, damn it. I got to catch up now.
Alicia Milano, she's in this. She's known for Who's the Boss. She's in Charm. She was in a lot of other teen movies, Fear, and a couple other stuff that came out.
I forgot about Fear.
And then our star of this movie, I think he was the best thing about this movie, was Robert Patrick. T2, Terminator. He was the what's his name? T-1000.
Yes, the main villain in that movie, a silent villain.
Yes. But
And
he
here
talked so much.
Yes.
He was such a shit talker. He talked so much. He was such a dick.
He see, the reason I liked his character was that the 90s have perfected the smarmy businessman.
Yeah.
The smarmy CEO, that like the guy who was rich, on top of the world, usually in a situation where you can tell he's taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
And he's a dick about it. And
Yeah.
it was just like, geez, all right. And that's pretty much what his character was. And also, he had a magical medallion that turned him into a shadow man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was just a jerk.
Yeah,
Just from
he was
top to bottom, man.
So like, especially I was watching this. I was watching it early this morning, just to recap everything, and the scene when they killed they took out her mother, their mother, or wherever she is.
Yes.
And then he had to play the piano before he fucking killed everyone.
Yeah,
That
I was telling
such
you,
a
he
dick
chewed.
move.
Her name was Satori. She was the woman who watched over them because he killed their father.
Yeah.
Like, geez, like from very early on, you realize that guy is no good.
Yeah, the moment he played the piano and then meant to kill her, I was like, yo, you really had to touch the piano like that?
But just the way he was talking to her, just so smarmy. Even though he couldn't fight, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, you can kick my ass, and I'm just gonna rub this medallion, and I got superpowers."
Yeah.
Now what? But yeah, from the beginning, they give you the story about the medallion, which is the main part of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, the two medallions that they joined, they were too powerful. They had to break them. But it's funny, they go immediately from the flashback of the story into present day.
Yeah.
And it's his number one henchwoman, I guess. Okay, here's the thing about the game. Characters have names, and they were pretty generically named.
Yeah.
The women in the game were named Whip.
Yeah.
And I think the other variant was named Linda. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So they were just generics.
Yeah.
But I believe her name is Whip. So she's Linda Lash. She's like a throwback to that character. Whip.
Okay.
So her name was Lash.
I was trying to look up if the cartoon came out before the movie.
Did it?
Because I want to see if they based this more towards what the cartoon was and then the actual video game. And I'm looking at it, the cartoon came out before this movie.
It's when you look at the information for the story from the actual Double Dragon.
Okay.
This is pretty much almost word for word.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for the medallion. They took the medallion from the show, from the tattoo idea from the show, I think.
Okay. Because
there's no medallion in the game.
Yeah. It makes sense because now really think about like this, why this movie became about is the fact that the cartoon series was out as well.
Did Hook come out before or after this? Because some of this reminded me of Hook.
I think Hook came out around the same time, actually.
Well, like Alyssa Milano, her character Marion's gang.
Yeah.
That specifically reminded me of Hook and the Lost Boys.
Yeah, 91.
Yeah, like I kind of feel the influences in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it really gave me certain vibes from a lot of the stuff like that were really popular at the time.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like, man, the 90s had terrible fashion.
Yeah.
People love to throw back to things like the 80s and like the zigzag pattern and the really, really baggy pants and the angles and stuff.
Yeah.
The 90s was just not giving a fuck.
90s was like just big clothes on people.
big clothes, but a lot of not coordinating colors.
Yeah.
A lot of just garbage.
Like the scene with the kids when they fell in the hideout and they had those fucking the hats with
Outfits they had.
the hats with the fucking. It was a stupid fucking hat. Everyone had it during that time.
Floppy hat. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I
know
hated
what you
that
mean.
hat. I thought it would look stupid.
But you notice people had like suspenders over just a regular t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like I thought suspenders were like a dress thing. And
Yeah.
just cut off jean shorts with holes all in them that were too big and weren't trendy at all. Like man, fashion is weird.
And then it was weird. It also weird. It was like Billy and Jimmy. Billy was supposed to be like 17, or
Yes.
15.
Yes.
And
No,
then,
they were 17. They were both 17.
They're both 17.
Have to be the same age. Yeah.
Well, Jimmy act like he was adult. He looked like he sounded like he was like 20, 21 and shit like that. But Billy, like for someone your age, why y'all tucking your shirts in? I don't see that.
Well, no. He was for preppy. That was also the style as well. The preppy style was actually a thing. Remember Carlton?
Yeah.
Like that was that time period.
Yeah.
So they both looked like GQ models of that era though, because like Martha Costco's had the impeccable haircut,
Yeah.
and then although Scott Wolf was the wild one, he still had like this model look to him. So I'm like, it is like just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The contrast between them and the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'll point that out too, because the rest of the world was living in apocalypse times. I mean, except for the people that live in the suburbs, which you clearly saw. They showed you like there was what was left of civilization very early on, and what was chaos.
Yeah.
And the Double Dragons lived in the chaos part of the world inside of an abandoned theater.
Yeah.
Which you see pretty early.
Yeah.
But back to the medallion, so what I was gonna say, the thing that happened in there early on was they showed you the Shadow Lord or whoever that was. That was basically the T-1000 character, Robert Patrick character.
Yeah.
He like sent the army to get one half.
Yeah.
And they found it on some island full of Asian people that they murdered.
Yep.
And it had that dude with the handlebar mustache. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That Asian dude. I don't know what he is, where he's from.
He's in a lot of fucking movies though.
A lot of 90s action and early 80s. Okay, I see his name. His name is Al Leong. That dude. He was in everything.
Yeah.
That made this movie 10 times funnier.
Yeah.
Because he was like Steven Seagal movies and shit.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I think he had like a speaking role.
Yeah.
Remember he had like a brother with him?
Yeah, and they didn't really speak until like the ending.
No, they spoke in the middle when they got scolded.
But they only spoke in Japanese, and then in the ending they actually spoke full English.
No. One of them, I think the gimmick was one spoke Japanese and one spoke English.
Oh, okay.
And they would just be like, "Huh? Yes," and say mad simple stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, like they didn't really talk to the end in full sentences, which is hilarious. I don't know, maybe a little racist, but whatever. This movie is everywhere, dude. It's off the wall. But like, they're introduced mad early. That their characters, the twins, Lash, which is I don't know if the twins are in the game.
I don't
think they
know
have an
either.
equivalent.
To be honest, I have no clue.
But okay, since
yeah, he was Genghis Khan and fucking Bill and Ted.
See what I'm saying? Like he was in a lot of stuff, dude. He's in a lot of stuff.
He's still in stuff.
He's still in, yeah. I heard he's like a fight choreographer. So
Yeah.
And in the fight scene, him and Mark Dacascos, they go at it. So
Yeah.
but and I'm saying stuff, but this happens like in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So the island scene, they steal the medallion, so that means Shadow Lord or whatever has one piece already from the get-go. So the bad guy already has the power. Then we go to the Double Dragons, and we have Satori telling them about the other half.
Yeah.
Because they get impatient about it. They're like, why do we have to protect the medallion? Like, what is so important about this? And then she gives them the whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing the father gave her.
Yeah.
Before he died, and his last words were to protect it.
Yeah.
Right. So this is very early. We get this information, but we also get the information that Robert Patrick is evil, his character's name is evil, Koga Shuko,
Yeah.
which you would not think is some white dude,
Yeah.
but
Happen to be a white dude.
happened to be a white dude with like the most 90s fashion statement, the black streak in the middle of the blonde, like,
Yeah.
oh, what's the opposite? Oh my god, it's terrible. I don't remember. It's just all bad. It's the blonde pompadour in the middle, and the black on the outside. So, just he almost looks like Johnny Depp though.
Yeah.
He gives me a little Johnny Depp with the mustache and beard, a little goatee. So like, they find the damn twins mad fast, but we get this car chase scene early on. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where they put like to outrun. He's from the game. They have to outrun this guy named Obobo. They bump into.
Yeah.
They don't pay the toll, is what they say.
Yeah.
So they run
They,
away.
so
from
they were
Obobo.
they were like fighting in the tournament, and then after the tournament, they were going home in their station wagon, which looked like a furnace with a station wagon.
Yeah,
with
it's got like a
furnace
jet
and
engine
stuff.
on the back.
Yeah, it had like it was like, wow, they're gonna try to sell this to fucking kids.
And
Anyway,
Obobo was driving like a monster truck
like
with
a big
like
semi truck.
the future CGI in it. Like he had like a navigational system in it. You saw
Yeah,
that?
he was able to use the controller with it and
With
shit.
a little camera and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, what? But that, hey, listen, that was forward thinking.
And then I think he used the canned cheese.
Yeah, okay, so that's the big booster. They had
Yeah.
this dramatic chase scene, and then Billy, right?
Billy, finds like nitrous, like the fucking cheese.
It tells you on the can, don't incinerate this.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing he does is throw it in there. And then it causes a huge ass explosion, and they get like superpower. You got boost power.
Yeah.
And so they outrun a Bobo, and then they end up going into a dead end alley. And then a Bobo's truck is coming to get them, but it's too big to fit all the way through. And then that's when we meet Marion, because then her gang saves them, because a Bobo's gonna eat them, I guess. I don't. What was he gonna do? Beat them up? Kill them? Like, that's hella dark for the beginning of the movie. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah, it was kind of.
It was weird. It was
Yeah.
like from the beginning. Okay, so in this movie, the world is a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Right? They tell you about nuclear war and all this stuff. So in the game, they actually tell you, when they refer to the enemy organization, the Black Warriors gang, which is weird. Hey, how dare you? But it's post-nuclear war, and it's left New York City in a city deprived of law and order.
Okay.
So that's
Kind of shows, and it kind of showed with her when you find out like later on, but you see it in a way.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
movie.
But they intro it, and it was like, that's actually like, it's almost one for one what happens in the game.
Yeah.
They don't make that up front. They just
Yeah.
show them punching a woman and stuff.
Yeah. So what they did was, during that time, the Peace Corps, wherever where did they beat the Peace Corps? What were their names?
The Power Core.
The Power Corps. They find a Bobo and in.
Well, no, see, we didn't even say what happened to a Bobo first.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's how they get the information where the theater is. They grill a Bobo.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay, I got it confused. I thought they got pro Bobo before he turned human.
No, yeah, the so,
So
man. Koga, what was his name?
Coca.
Koga Shuko.
Yeah.
Excuse. He grills a Bobo, and a Bobo is just a dummy. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they turn him into a mutant, even though he didn't really know.
Yeah.
Which is just like, what? So that shows that he has the ability to turn people into mutants.
Yeah.
And you get to see his inner circle, which is that lady, Lash, and the twins. Basically, that's it.
That chick Lash was like the worst actress.
She's crazy, but her character was just a nut.
It's like she shouldn't talk the whole movie.
No, she had like nothing lines and delivered them oddly.
Yeah, she was like.
But I think also, but I will say for her character, I think she was supposed to be crazy.
Yeah, but she didn't sound crazy. She just sounded like she can act. She can.
No, but you look at her, she's doing crazy stuff. She's smiling at violent actions and like playing with a whip.
Yeah.
And basically witnessing a murder. Well, not a murder, just like a mutation of a human being, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
And she's like sadistic, actually. It's kind of fucked up. When you pay attention to the details of certain characters, like this character's nuts.
Yeah.
I
know you see the power. You get introduced to Power Core early, but then and then you also see her and the police department, and you see her father work for the police, and they're talking at the breakfast table.
Yeah. Her father's the police chief.
Yeah. So basically, he kind of explains that the police are getting fought out of things, and they don't have the power to link. If not, they get fought off every single time. And then she tries to make the case for the Power Core being the helpful and things like that as well.
Do you remember what the situation was with the cops in that world?
I think what have happened was with the cops, it was the fact that the gangs were way too like the Shenku or whatever his name
Kogoshiko.
He had so much power that he pretty much controlled the police.
Yeah,
he pretty much had the world under his hand for the most part of the movie.
He kept trying to bribe the main guy, and he kept saying no.
Yeah,
but apparently he was still getting some cops under his side because sometimes things would just happen. They were saying,
yeah,
and also they also showed us early. There was a power struggle for gangs when it came to finding the leads. He put out the hit after he turned Abobo into a mutant that said find the medallions.
Yeah.
And that was after he went to the house, went to the theater, him and his gang. They tried to get the medallion from the woman, and he actually trying to talk her out of it. He didn't try to kill her initially.
Yeah.
And that was Satori. Like, he just tried to talk to the mentor to get it from her. She said no. She thought he didn't have it.
Yeah.
And turns out, as soon as he revealed that he had it on him, Billy had come walking into the room with Jimmy, and they both had the medallion.
Yeah.
So he saw it. He was like, "Oh shit, give me that!" And it was like, no. Then that starts off the chase scene in the house.
Yeah.
So there Whip doesn't Lash doesn't do anything but stand there at the door. Satori and Kogoshiko have a fight, and he explains his whole evil plan to like every evil mastermind should. During this entire fight, there's the part where he plays the piano and stuff.
Yeah. So
like he's going on his whole spiel, hamming it up, which is great, by the way.
She pretty much they kind of get her. No, I think Jimmy hits him and kind of get her out the way. And then when they were about to leave the house, she said, "Take the medallion." She locked the door behind her, and then that's when he attacked her.
Yeah, they got to also see Abobo come in because that was when he first was revealed as the mutant Abobo.
Yes,
before they got them, and he's gross. And Billy and Jimmy, they fought the twins, and then they during, I forgot, I think, they threw bricks at a Bobo, and one of the bricks hit the gas line.
Yeah.
So basically, they burnt their own house down.
It was kind of their fault. And then just Shadow Master. I'm calling him Shadow Master.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
But Billy, you see, he just does shit and things happen.
Yeah.
It has consequences in the movie, which is kind of interesting to show that type of thought into the character.
Kind of carelessness too.
Yeah, kind of carelessness. Yeah. But so like you said, they fight, and then the house catches on fire because they bring out the twins with the gas canister, and he flicks his matches on the floor like an evil villain. He's sitting on top of something.
Yeah.
About to smoke his whatever, his little Black and Mild. I don't know.
I don't know. It's some black cigarette. He probably smoking cloves or some
but
shit.
he had it in
was
a
a
little
black cigarette.
Yeah, but he had it in a little cigarette holder, like a douchebag. It was so. Man, his character was so good.
Yeah.
They burned they set the theater on fire. She was caught inside the gate. He was again gonna let them go, but they just Billy just did it again and just started banging on the gate to try to free her. I don't know if you noticed. They didn't even try.
Yeah.
So she gets out and then ends up getting them out of there and going back in.
Yeah.
I think she thought that she can keep him in there and get him killed, but he was the Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't gonna work.
I think she was trying to get them to go away and go far.
Maybe she just wanted to die. That was one of the weirdest.
I think she sacrificed. She pretty much, I think, sacrificed herself. She was like, "Get the fuck out of here, run."
Yeah, it was.
So
it was weird. She didn't have to die. If you watch that scene, you'll just be like, "Why is she killing herself?" Yeah. But she does. She dies in the theater. It explodes into a million pieces, and they do an action fall. So up to this point, how do you think of the movie? They've already had a big set piece.
Yeah, we already had set piece. They
blew the budget, right? No, they use all that CG later, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I think it was a good balance of everything. I think it had some good action scenes and kind of pretty much told you a straight story of what's going on and how everything is going. And then Shadow Master is just a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but it gave you so much characterization for him, the twins, Satori. You got a little bit of a Bobo. You got to know the inner circle, the bad guy. You got a lot of information, like in the first 30 to maybe 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
and it's not even that long.
Yeah, so now you have Billy and Jimmy kind of going away. Then you see the Power Core kind of bury out a Bobo.
Yes,
and
they kidnap him.
Mm-hmm.
And then so.
And then I think they're chased, and I think they Shadow Master starts a patrol for Billy and Jimmy. He puts a wanted sign for them.
Yes, he does.
And then they go into that polluted ass water.
Okay, remember that Mad Max scene they had where he enters the dome and strangles that guy? Like he takes over all the gangs.
Oh, yes. So that's before he did it. So when he goes to the gang, he pretty much takes control of every single gang.
Yeah, so, who's that guy? That bald guy?
He was
like an actor.
Yeah, he was in fucking like Land of the Dead and shit like that. He's an old actor and shit.
Okay.
I think he was in The Warriors too.
Really? Okay.
Probably. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But anyway, I think he was actually in Mad Max, to be honest with you. I could see him
Mad
being a Mad Max character. So he pretty much was the gang leaders, and he was saying something, and then Shadow Master came in and fucking yoked his ass and pretty much put a wanted for Billy and Jimmy, and they put it everywhere, so all the gangs were chasing them. And
then they show you the shadow powers.
Yeah.
The powers of the spirit, they call it.
Yeah.
Like one controls spirit, one controls body.
Yeah.
So
he pretty much... So they pretty much get being on the chase by all these fucking gangs. So you see a lot of action scenes between this and there. And them running around. Yeah, they're fun. It was
kind of quirky. Like the okay, so they had the scene where they were chasing them. At first was that little guy from the big guys gang. Remember from the beginning, the skinny guy.
Yeah.
Then he like spot them, and then all the gangs started like doing this warriors thing when they were like with the weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were chasing them around, and it was kind of like a Monty Python-ish thing when they got them into the hut.
Yeah.
And then they found that's when they explain to you about the water, though.
Yeah.
So they give you context for a lot of stuff, like the water's poison if you're in.
Because they fucking dove in.
Because it's flammable.
They're getting chased in the water, and then they
caught speedboats.
Yeah.
In the hut.
They caught their speedboat and blew up the whole fucking the dock. So they all thought they were dead, but they were underwater.
They have Knight Rider speedboats, the bad guys.
Yeah.
They shot missiles or something. Like,
and then when
crazy.
they got out the water, when they like that, they're like, don't drink it. They're spitting all the water out and shit because of all the pollution in it. They will fucking have diarrhea.
They say, yeah, you're gonna go bald, and I think your hair's gonna fall out, and you're gonna get diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like,
So pretty much they explode this big section, and they think they're dead.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was a lot of. It was how it lasted for a long time too.
Yeah. So at this point, Shadow Master thinks they're dead. So
Yes.
he pretty much got like a swimming team to go fucking look for the medallion.
Yes, that's what they were saying. Die for the medallions. Yeah.
And this is when they decide to go to Power Core to help them out.
Yeah. That's
And
right. That's right.
and then during the time when they went to the Power Core and shit like that, they were finding it, and they said, "Oh, the entrance this way," and they go through the shaft, which land them having them go through like a wheelbarrow and then getting launched, and you see a bunch of little kids with the fucking stupid ass hat.
It looked like the opposite of Shredder's hangout. It was if all the kids were good,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, and tacky clothes.
Awful.
And you see the Alicia Lano character again. She pretty much is the lead of the Power Core, which she's Marianne?
They give you a little bit character
Marianne?
about her.
Yeah.
Marianne from the game. She's the girl that gets punched in the stomach, and in the second game she gets murdered. Like,
Yeah.
ugh. What they retcon that, but she gets in the game. She has a terrible fate.
Yeah.
But they give you a character with her, like her family doesn't know, or her little brother does, but her father doesn't, who's the police chief, because she wears a wig.
Yeah.
So
a fake ass wig too. Like you could tell. That's not her
tell.
hair. It was a bad fucking wig.
They can put whatever on their head. I can't tell what's real and what's not anymore.
That was terrible. So pretty much, they pretty much ask for her help, and then they talk about them finding the medallion and things like that, and so they go on a mission to get the other piece of medallion.
They make fun of them. Don't forget, they make fun of them because they don't know how to activate it yet.
Yes, they don't know how to use it, so they get made fun of.
Yep, that's the big thing.
But she decided to do it anyway because it helped her with her plan and everything. She had some fucking gizmo to show her all this stuff, and they were just like, "Yeah, good for you."
Yeah, why not?
So they go, and during
he also instantly fell in love. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
well, he liked her in the beginning.
Yeah, he did.
So he was already into her.
Yeah.
But Jimmy was just like not falling for her bullshit at all.
Yeah, he just liked the way she looked. And that was it.
He's like, nah, listen, we got to get out of here.
He liked the way she looked. She just he didn't care for her though.
Yeah, he's gonna get. He was more like, you're gonna get us killed. That's why he didn't want to listen to her.
Yeah. So they go to the Shadow Master's base and go through the vents.
They infiltrate.
And then during the time when she was going through the vents and shit, her father, the chief of police, was in a meeting with Shadow Master.
Yeah, the Shadow Master called them for what they thought was gonna be some type of deal.
Yeah,
a truce maybe. And it turns out he was trying to buy the police force.
Yep.
And
a lot of money.
Yeah. He opened up a giant suitcase full of money, and in the vent they were trying to do some shit with a fishing wire.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And a magnet.
No, it was her pin from her shirt.
But they was trying to use it as a magnet.
And they were trying to hook it onto the little fishing wire.
Yeah.
And pull the dragon medallion up. It's just like, that's so dumb. How do you think nobody's gonna see that?
Again, he's careless. And then while they were doing that, the Lash is the one that noticed the string going up and down and shit. And I think the cop noticed it as well when he was talking to Shadow Master when he showed him the money briefcase. I was actually kind of happy that it wasn't like Shadow Master money. I had a feeling that it was going to be like the Bison money. I thought it was going to be like that. Oh, this is going to be the new currency once I take over the world and shit. You'll be rich in wild dreams. And his face on the fucking money.
Oh my god. Yo, M. Bison.
So, pretty much, Lash started, grabbed a spear and fucking started banging the vents. And broke them down. You see all four of them fall.
Oh god, it was hilarious. Like, it's a really funny scene.
And then they all pretty much going around and shit like that. I think Jimmy fucking punches him, catches him really good with a right hook. And then they all run and jump in the elevator.
It was funny how he made them go in there.
Yeah.
Because did you see the terrible CG?
Yeah,
It was awful. When they
yeah,
used the elevator, they had awful CG. But so he opened the trap door,
yeah,
and then Jimmy jumps in. He falls in. Well, no, they both the brothers fall at the same time,
hmm
and then Marion does this little dippity dodge because he like goes, oh, oh.
yeah.
She's
He's playing around with them. He kind of wanted them to
yeah,
go, and then he fucking cracks the medallion, and then he like dives in.
but it's just like that's why he was so good. That's why he was so good. Like little moments like that
And
just made me
then
laugh.
this is where you also see all the other experiments he was doing to
Yeah.
fucking people and with the thing. So the first experiment was a Bobo that you got to see. This one was like you saw a guy that had like fucking drills on his hand and a metal head and things like that. So he was doing body experiments on people.
Yeah, the last one he picked was the first one he got inside of with a giant black dude,
Yeah, it was a basketball player.
and then with like a something wrong with his head, and then he just as he yoked him up, they got him to a spot and then flattened him.
Yeah,
So the body got flattened, and then the shadow part was out. So that's
Yeah.
what you could see him doing the manipulation.
yeah,
Also, they were making that apparent because it was going to come into play shortly.
yeah,
But so he gets that drill man, and he forces them to flee through the vents. But he catches Jimmy,
yeah,
and he doesn't get to escape. So
yeah. He gets
Alyssa
bear hugged.
yeah, he gets bear hugged while the vent closes on them, and Billy and Marion are like forced out, and they have to regroup. And then when they return, a little back and forth goes on, and he's like sad, and they're like, "What are we gonna do?" And then not that long later, freaking Jimmy just shows up. It's like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
What happened?
Like he comes down like from like air and like double kicks people with an angry face. Like he went heel. One thing before we go more into it, like I didn't like one thing I realized also during one of the newscasts, Vanna White was in this movie. I was like, oh,
And they have
Vanna
funny.
White.
They have funny. No, but she was Vanna White as
Yeah.
Vanna White.
Yeah.
It was and she had funny ass one liners, and the guys' reactions were just like, "Oh, that's amazing, Vanna." It was
Yeah.
just stupid.
It was fun,
It was
but anyway,
small.
we got to that scene and Jimmy fucking does like a fucking double kick, like straight forward too. Like he didn't even stumble and anything landing, and then he just looks angry. He just looks like a heel and shit. And I was like, yeah, you can't. You don't have that much range. Like I am evil now.
Well, he again hamming it up because
Yeah.
he was Shadow Guy. He
Yeah.
was Shadow Master. So, like, it's a certain way to do it
Yeah,
where you could be subtle about it, but it was Robert Patrick because that comes into play a little bit later too.
and
the
then it also
personality.
shows that he couldn't take over Billy. I think during that
Because
during
of
that
the body.
scene because the medallion bounced him off.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was a key moment. But then you see Jimmy and Billy fight. And it was
Yes.
actually pretty good, solid fight scene. And pretty much then Billy started getting the upper hand on everything. And knocking him out. And then he looks at his brother and makes sure he was alright. He's like, ugly? And then that's he knew he was.
He tries to crush the body at the end of the fight too.
Yeah.
He says, "If you don't give me a medallion, I'll kill your brother."
Yes.
But then that's when he learns how to use it.
Yeah.
So I forgot exactly what he says to it. But then when he gets thrown up into the rafters and like he comes out fine, he falls down, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then at that point when he tries to crush the body, he drops that thing down
Yeah.
and it hits him.
Yeah.
And he just the thing I like about the medallion is it doesn't give him like, you know how if you did something to Colossus would just be standing still and the thing around him would be destroyed.
Yeah.
He just gets hits and falls.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's what I love about. No, that's so funny. It's really funny.
Yeah, so he gets Jimmy out, and then
He gets him out, and then they accidentally give him the medallions,
yeah,
and then that has the big battle.
yes.
Because remember, the movie's pretty short. Like everything speeds up and catches up.
yeah,
Once
then
Battle Knight gets in there, and
Yeah,
his
he
troops
does.
come in and they fuck everybody up, and So then they have the big battle between the Power Core and the Shadow Master troops.
Yeah.
And then they accidentally give him the 2 medallions.
He merges
And
them.
yeah, he merges them and turns fully into the Shadow Master, which is kind of faithful. Like that
Yeah. He just looked weird.
ugly face is kind of like what's in one of the, I forgot which game. I think it might be the second one or the third one.
Oh, okay.
But like there's something that looks like that in Double Dragon.
Okay.
So again, like it's not super unfaithful in that respect. It's just, it's a campy ass movie.
Yeah.
And so I just love though how he can't fight for shit.
Yeah.
He just knows how to swing the sword up and down, and they just beat him up. Like
Yeah.
after dodging the sword for a good few, like 5 minutes, they have a little thing where they're jumping around and dodging, and then I think Marion helps one of them out,
Yeah.
and then they just easily get the upper hand on him and start beating him up.
Yeah. They
And
work
then they
as a
knock the
team.
then they knock the medallions out of him. They kick him, and then he bonks into himself, and then like he turns back. They have the medallions, and then they power up and get the suits.
Yeah.
And then we have the iconic moment. Yeah.
Fight the fight of dragon. So they pretty much put it on, and then they turn. They pretty much get new kung fu outfits, blue and red.
They make comments about it. They're like, "Why do I get red?" And he just goes, at least it's not blue." And then Billy goes, "I like blue."
Yeah. So they got their little costumes, and then just beat the shit out of Shadow Master.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't really have to beat him up that much.
Yeah, he's already fucked up as it is. And then Jimmy decides to go into his body, and then does some corny ass jokes.
Yeah, they make jokes and why stop hating yourself?
And
Like,
gives himself up to the police.
He writes the big ass check. He's like, "Listen, you can have the check. No, there's no strings attached." And he's like, for $150 million or something.
Yeah.
To get to the cops.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in the war against the gangs, I guess for new equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that was also a big deal. Alyssa Milano's character points it out.
Yeah.
Because the cops, remember, at the time of night, the cops stay in.
Yeah.
That was the deal with the gangs and the cops.
Yeah.
The gang was so powerful. After a certain time, the cops had to go inside.
Yeah, they were scared to come out.
So this was the first time the cops were able to come out at night.
Yep.
And that was a big deal. So everything kind of resolves itself at the end. Koga Shuko doesn't die. He gets apprehended by police.
And he wakes up. And he gets out the body. He wakes up like, what the fuck's going on?
He's like, I want that check back. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care. He got his ass whooped. He wants to check. He doesn't care about the medallions either. He just wants the money.
Like, fuck the medallion. Don't take my money.
And then that's basically it. Like, Marion like cozies up to them, and they pull this prank, thinking that they're pranking Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why they think they share the same power.
Yeah.
Because remember, he said, "Oh, that's Billy playing around as a Bobo." Because now a Bobo's nice.
Yeah, and he wanted to drive the car.
Yeah.
And then they found out.
Reason, they thought it was Billy, and Billy was sleeping in the back seat. And they were like, "What's up, guys?" And then it ends with a Bobo driving them off, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yes,
because he's crazy.
Yep, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, and
this movie was fun.
It wrapped up nicely, but I mean, again, it didn't really like tell you what happened with that world, because that world is still fucked.
Yeah. Well, you kind of get the drift of them pretty much. Yeah, the police are back and they're gonna take care of the gangs. We have the money for the equipment to make the gangs and things like that. So you see in that case that it's gonna be taken care of eventually.
Yeah, you would hope so.
You hope,
but as the game show, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's an indication. So that's the whole movie. Small note: it was written in part by one Paul Dini, responsible for many awesome episodes of Batman animated series, but also
creator of Harley Quinn.
Did you create another character as well?
He was co-creator, yes.
No, I mean another character. Does he make any other characters too?
Harley
Or is it
Quinn
just,
was the main one that he created off that cartoon.
no, I mean, does he have credits for creating anybody else or?
I don't think he does have that many,
Okay.
to be honest. Um,
Because he just seems like a prolific, person. Like every time he does something, there's something
Yeah.
like, damn, okay.
I'm actually trying to check if he did. Paul.
So I mean, to that end, maybe, and the other writer was Neil Schusterman.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him.
He
So
so he right now currently he's co-writer of Better Call Saul,
okay,
which is
alright.
a spin-off
Double Dragon.
of Breaking Bad.
Okay, okay, all right.
So Paul Dini, he wrote the Batman animated series, Batman Beyond series, and Lost.
Wow, did I know that?
And
How about that?
let's see if he has any writer credits. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is the main character he created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he also has a lot of hands in a lot of things.
Is this before Batman animated series?
No. Batman
You
animated
remember?
series 92. This was 93.
No, I mean, because the movie comes out in '93, but I imagine because you have to write a story before they film it.
Yeah.
I wonder if he wrote this before that.
He probably did. It was
It was with Batman money. He was like,
oh no,
somebody's
this was
gonna.
94. 2 years later.
Hmm?
It's 2 years later than Batman.
You said 3 years later than
2.
Batman. 2.
Because Batman was 92.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. Like a movie doesn't just appear on the shelf.
Well,
It
then
takes,
you
like,
also think about Batman was probably written way before that.
Yeah, this is true.
So
Oh man, just I can imagine he's
and he's
got.
still writing stuff. He
got a
co-wrote
big
the
check.
Batman Turtles movie.
I just imagine him sitting in an office with a check for writing Batman, and he's like, you know what? The first thing I'm gonna do when I'm done, I'm gonna write Double Dragon.
Yeah, he only gets credit for Harley Quinn. He created Harley Quinn.
Okay.
That's the only thing he gets credit for. Harley Quinn.
Man, I'd like to know what inspired them to write this movie. It's
No.
so weird.
Yeah.
It's not a regular.
At least
Man.
from what you say, at least it did take the story of the actual game. To me, it had nothing to do with the game. But then you're clearing it that it is, and I'm actually looking at the synopsis, and I'm like, wow, it actually is kind of correct.
It's
along
both.
with the game.
Like
Yeah.
I said, it took from the cartoon the medallion part because there's no medallions in the games,
Yeah.
and there's no powering up in Double Dragon the game. So
Yeah.
the powering up part was only in the cartoon.
Yeah.
They what do they do? Rub their chest together and turn it to the.
No, they had the two swords.
Oh, wow! I forgot about the swords.
The two
'Cause I
swords.
forget.
They put the swords together, and then the chest tattoo came.
You say that doesn't make it any better.
And no, it doesn't sound nothing good at all.
It just sounds worse. Damn.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you say the movie's weird, but the games and the cartoon are both insane.
Yeah.
This is all just nuts. So what grade would you give it? How many stars?
I enjoyed it though. For all the campiness and cheesiness, I enjoyed it. I think Robert Patrick made the movie well worth watching. So I'll give it a 4.
I'd agree. I had a lot of fun. I thought most of the main characters were fun to watch.
Yeah.
I didn't like some of the chase stuff because it was like too many of those.
Yeah.
So that was like a little tiring. But again, the movie's only an hour and 36 minutes, so it's not even that long.
And I thought they did a good job with the just in general with the fight scenes, and again, like Shadow Master was fucking amazing. I think he was the best thing about that movie.
And Mark Dacascos, he could fight, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Let him kick people in the face. Let him do that double kick. Let him flip. I love how this movie had awful CG as well.
Yeah.
You can't
but then
really
again, it's
get with-
1990.
No, but there was still just some bad CG.
Yeah.
That
So
elevator was terrible. The part where Jimmy Lee flipped off the balcony,
yeah.
and it was just them reversing the footage.
Yeah.
Come on, that's stupid. How dare you?
So the next movie is Street Fighter.
There's nothing bad about this movie at all. Perfect.
Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Val Julia. That'll be the next movie we'll be
Kylie
reviewing.
Minogue.
With the
Don't you forget
verdict.
it. Don't you forget it. She's in that movie.
Who? Malika.
Kylie
Yeah,
Minogue.
Kylie Minogue. It was Julia something. She's in all Marvel shit now. She was in Mulan. She talked Mulan as well.
Oh, you mean Chun-Li?
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on her name? I
Yeah,
really
that's what I'm
like
trying to get her name.
Oh my goodness.
The movie.
That's a
Forget her
shame.
name.
Oh, Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah.
That's her name. Yeah, I remember. I know.
Yeah. She was she landed being in she was in Agents of Shield for a while
As who?
as one of the main one of the main soldiers.
But not like a named character?
Yeah, she's
Like
a main character. She was a main character.
No, I mean like she was a Marvel character?
She was
Or just
agent of Shield. Yeah,
Oh, just me. Okay.
she was a Shield agent. Yeah,
Gotcha.
she was in that show for quite. I think she was in the show almost to its end. I think she died 2 seasons before it ended.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she was in it for quite some time. She took Mulan. She was in Mandalorian recently.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing all that Disney. She getting all that Disney money.
Oh yeah? Why not?
Yeah. But yeah, next week will be Street Fighter, the movie.
Yes. Excellent.
And then the following one will be Mortal Kombat, which I'm actually.
Back to back good movies. I hope Dana White buys that island
Yeah.
and we get fights on the island. I hope that's real. I'm just gonna say it right now.
So.
Times are crazy.
Yeah.
I want some crazy stuff to happen that's positive.
Yeah. I'm positive to know, besides the movies that we're doing verdicts and stuff like that, I picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Me as well?
And so far, I'm about. You picked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Have you played it yet?
Yeah, I'm up to chapter 7.
I'm at 3. I'm in the beginning.
Yeah. I didn't play it till Saturday, but I played a good chunk of it.
This soundtrack is fucking amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful soundtrack. The game looks beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes, it
enjoying it so far. So
It loads. I have an OG PS4 Allow Boy.
yeah,
It loads surprisingly quick too.
yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
That's
Like,
good.
I guess because I have the digital, but that's not really a big factor
Yeah,
because they always make you download the game even on disc.
yeah,
But like it's been pretty optimized.
I-
I have had one glitch in it.
yeah.
I had an audio glitch.
Okay.
Wherever I would go inside, and a cutscene would happen inside of a house. It would
Okay.
sound like I was far away from the characters,
Okay.
and that happened in like chapter 3. I don't know if that's like everybody's gonna experience that, but that happened to me.
Okay. I've been really enjoying it. I'm trying to still get used to the new gameplay style, just because I'm used to. All right, so the way the battle is like it's square, and I'm always pressing triangle to add another like hit, and it's just to change the style and shit. So it's kind of annoying me in a way.
You have to slow down.
Yeah.
You can't mash, because when you get to the battles where it gets really intense, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So I
You'll be
learned
doing
to
something
dodge and take my time with the fight.
Yeah, that's being as far in the game as I am now. The one thing I can say is that they don't show you outright that you can use the environment to your advantage,
Yeah.
but you should be thinking about that when there's enemies that can hit you from far away.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times later on where you'll get into a fight and you'll just be like, what just hit me for 600 damage out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And it'll be something that casted magic at you, and you could have totally not been in the way.
Yeah.
Because if you're like playing as Cloud, you're the melee guy.
Yeah.
So you would just put some boxes between you and the other. Like, there's a lot of little strategies you can do to make the game easier. Like, there's a particularly easy one with the boss with the environment that they don't make it apparent at all.
Okay.
And it's like all you have to do is go all the way to one side of the screen and you're safe. They don't tell you that, but that's what you have to do. It's like, oh, they don't make it easy for you, but it's not that hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it takes a little more thought than they initially show you. I wish they had more of a tutorial for it.
Yeah.
like showing you in action a lot of what, because they have the little windows when you preview moves and stuff, so they show you what they do.
Yeah.
But I kind of almost wish they would give you situations to do it. Like I wish they gave you a tutorial on how to do the system where you make enemies stagger and stuff
Okay.
in a video format. Like take your hands off the controller. We're gonna show you what to do and why. Because it's like sometimes
That's the magic of YouTube. You can find that probably on YouTube.
yeah, but I don't want to. That's the thing. Like this game in particular, I don't want to see nothing from outside.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to even know the secret. If I miss something, I want to miss it and play the game again.
Yeah.
That's how I've been with this one.
But it's been really good. I'm really enjoying it. I kind of took a break from Doom and Animal Crossing to play this, and then I'm playing Spider-Man in between. Right now, I just went back onto Spider-Man. I'm doing it the ultimate difficulty and the New Game Plus, because those are only 2 trophies I'm missing off of it.
Okay.
I 100% like I got the platinum for Spider-Man, so I'm just doing those 2 to just fully complete it. And I just remember how fucking good this game is. Like I'm just like, damn, this game is so good.
Are you also gonna play the DLC, or you're not gonna play?
No, I'm just going and I'm just doing the New Game Plus stuff. Because I did all the DLC. I did everything. The only thing I'm missing is the New Game Plus and the Ultimate difficulty.
Okay, gotcha.
The new game, I'll tell you one thing: the DLC wasn't really worth it. Like honestly, they could have did better with the DLC. The storyline wasn't that great. As much as they try to include some of the characters from the main game, it's still the storyline wasn't that great. So it could have been a lot better. Hammerhead was like the main villain of it.
Did he have a Tommy gun?
Yeah, for a bit, and then he took over the Silver Sable's agency, their armor tech, and he made his body with the armor tech with a metal head.
Did he at least look cool?
No, he looked like Hammerhead. You can't really make Hammerhead is not a cool looking character.
Look, listen. If you're encasing him in a metal suit, did the suit look cool?
His suit was alright. It looked like a bootleg Iron Man, and then he just had a metal head.
All right. Is it still funny shape too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going through that as well. So like in between, so I'll play Final Fantasy here, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what? Let me play some Spider-Man, because I'm almost done. I'm at like 70% of the game, so I'm like, all right, I'm almost getting there. So once I finish this, I'm 100% completely done with Spider-Man. But it's just feeling the game again. It's just like, damn, this game was fucking good. Like it was such a masterpiece of a game that everyone should play.
That's good to hear.
And it's dirt cheap right now, so if you don't have nothing to play, get Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's still are there still big ass sales going on? Damn.
Yeah, I think it's $20 right now with the DLC.
Okay.
For one point, I think honestly, I say if you buy your time with Sony with PlayStation Plus, there's a big chance they might get it. There might be a free game sometime in the next couple of months.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Which gives you a shot. You didn't play Spider-Man, right?
No, I actually didn't. I forgot. It came out when something else came out.
That came out during the same time as God of War.
No, I still didn't even play that.
Yeah.
I have it, but I haven't played it past like.
Well, yeah, Monster Hunter that year. That's when the year Monster Hunter came out.
Never mind.
That you're still playing to this day.
Oh yeah, and they just had an event the same day Final Fantasy technically unlocked.
Yeah.
It was the 9th, but like at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So they updated for like this huge event that they usually do every quarter, I guess.
Yeah.
One is like the spring event.
You put that up on YouTube, right? Or there was
one of the unique event quests that came out is for the Assassin's Creed hood.
Okay, cool.
So there was already one that existed in the game, and now you can upgrade it for master rank. So that's pretty cool. Yep. There's a bunch of brand new quests in there, and actual new weapons and stuff that, like skins and stuff, that are special, like only gonna be around like for the duration. I think it's gonna be from the 9th of April till May 7th.
Yeah.
So if you have the game and you have Iceborne, do it. It's free, man. That's the thing about it. It's still free.
Yeah.
So
Check it out. Check out the YouTube channel, the RedCycloneInc, for the gameplay video of the last thing you did with Monster Hunter as well. Are you gonna do Final Fantasy on there?
Maybe when I finish it.
Yeah.
The way I play that game is different. I just stand around looking at stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Like, ooh, look at the bird.
You ever look up? You ever look up in that game?
It's a beautiful fucking game.
Like that, yeah. That's it. There's one part though where you look down and you can see the textures on the ground. Not the ground. You can see the textures of the. You're on a thing high above the city, right?
Yeah.
Look down at the city. You can see the JPEG. It's pretty
shit.
bad. There's one part of the game that has that, and I'm like, that's pretty bad. But other than that, yeah, it's been breathtaking. It's pretty much one of the best looking games on that system.
Yeah.
It's up there with like Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Horizon might be a game I might go back on too.
Yeah, me too.
Because they had the DLC stuff. I have never done the DLC stuff. And that was such a good game. It was a beautiful game as well.
And it's also in Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's cool.
Other news, I got the Wave 4 in of Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I got Trini in finally, so I got all 4 of Wave 4.
How does she look?
She looks great.
Good.
She looks great. I think she's the best female character so far. It's only
Nice.
It's only Kimberly and her, so compared to Kimberly, she looks a lot better than Kimberly.
Unfortunately, why they gotta do that? Only have come on, more.
But I'm looking forward to Wave 5, which is next month, which is the Ranger Slayer, Time Force Red, Billy, and there's one more, and I can't think of the person.
Jetman.
I forgot who the other one is.
When are they gonna start doing that?
Oh,
well, I know.
It's Trey of Triferion, the Gold Ranger. It's the Gold Ranger again.
Okay.
That's why I did it, because it was a repeat of a character. So yeah, the Gold Ranger, but it's Trey the Triferion.
Okay, yeah, different heads.
Yes.
Right.
I'm happy they did that. I'm very happy they did that. At least they gave you a different character instead of having the same Jason head.
That's right.
So I'm happy they did that. No news on Wave 6 or Wave 7 because I think they're going to go on hiatus with everything else in the world until things start clearing out and being better or being somewhat normal, which it's going to be a new normal. It ain't going to be... And I don't think...
Well, hey, hopefully everything will be cleaner. How about that?
Yeah, the pollution was down at least.
No, but I'm just saying, hopefully standards and practices and stuff, they'll take into account what's going on with the world. And realizing, we should just be cleaner in general with everything.
Yeah.
Because that would help. When you don't have to worry about stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
let me tell you.
Last but not least, I watched that Camelot video of GameStop. GameStop is not making their way out of this, and I hope not. They don't deserve to be a company anymore.
What's it called? The GameStop branded hand sanitizer?
Yeah, they just putting fucking alcohol in bottles and sending it to their fucking workers.
Yeah, it's terrible. Just saying, hey, you guys go risk your life and limb for those dollars you give to us.
And then anyone that actually says that he's bullshitting on it, he actually has video of the fucking shit.
Does he have a separate channel to?
No, there's the videos on that on that.
Oh, that's it. No,
post.
I'm saying, like,
so he
remember,
shows,
every time he posts, like things, he always puts, I think, in the comment, like, share it because it could get taken down. That's why I always wonder if he ever posts like a separate like channel to just have it on somewhere else. I imagine
he does have it. I think he has a Discord, and I think he has a Discord that he has a community on. I think he has stuff on there.
They don't like him,
huh?
They actively don't like him. Don't they try to take it down?
Yeah, and then people that are former ones, they mad because they didn't do the news, so basically they hate on him as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
like this guy called he has a thing called Back Pocket Gaming.
Okay.
And he's also a former GameStop employee. He tried to make a video of like everything is wrong, and he just tried to be like a sarcastic little asshole. But he doesn't. But he was also one of the problems of GameStop as well. Like I actually read stories on him and him being why he got rid of the fact that he had issues with fucking employees in the job.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it's like, yo, as much as you could dig up dirt on him, they could dig up the same shit on you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Wow.
But yeah, GameStop. Yeah, I hope they are not a company after this.
Yeah, they're
They don't
not doing themselves any favors.
Yeah,
They have all that money. Well, I had all that money,
yeah,
and they squandered it and all the goodwill with the
Yeah.
people. So I don't know what to say.
yeah.
They need to just flush the management down the toilet if they want to save that company.
They not even.
If somebody else wants to save
It's
it, but
it's the people in the fucking corporation. It's the people
saying.
higher up that all has to go fucking.
they have to flush the guys in the towers.
Yeah.
But good luck getting that to happen, right?
I feel bad if Reggie put him. Well, I don't know what Reggie put himself
They say he's
into.
PR. They said so. He's not.
public
I was.
relations. So he has
Yeah.
to try to say a safe face when he fucking talks about
Yeah,
GameStop.
I know. So I was thinking like, oh, he's not in the position enough to take over. when
I
somebody
think
gets
he's
out.
gonna fucking. I think he's gonna decline it. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna he hasn't started yet. I think he starts in fucking May or some shit.
Well, look at what he has to inherit. Ugh.
Yeah, I'll be like, you know what? I'll stay my ass retired.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go back to Nintendo.
I mean, probably now he's probably just sitting in his house like, yeah, man, I don't even know if I want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Shaking his head and whatnot.
And
So-
last thing I will mention, last but not least, Toshisaku has their own like actual YouTube channel, which are the creators of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, the Spider-Man Sentai shit back in the day. They're releasing like every fucking episode of everything. Like they have VR Troopers Japanese, they have the original Super Sentais. Little by little, they're adding everything to this channel. So definitely check it out.
Did they?
And
Which one is
they're
the
going to be part of Shout Factory as well.
Which one of the first series they have on there now?
Oh, right now there's several ones that they're playing now. So you
Okay.
games of them.
So there's actually a selection already. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they have a few. It's not a lot, but it's a few. But
I mean,
it's
better
a
than,
good
like,
enough few.
I thought that's not
Yeah.
bad. Do you think they'll ever get up to Superhuman Samurai?
I don't think they did Superhuman Samurai. I think it was another company that did it.
I want somebody to officially go back and put that out.
Yeah. Oh, the Gigaman. The Japanese.
It's so
one,
hard.
right?
It's so hard to find that stuff in decent quality because there's never been until recently a reason to up-res it.
Yeah.
It's all like VHS looking quality and stuff. So like,
So
I would love-
far they have one called National Kid.
what's that?
It's a black and white alien
Really?
show.
Oh,
Space Iron Man.
Excuse me?
Koiden.
wow, they go all the way.
Robot 8-chan. And Jira. Yeah, Jira.
Mm-hmm.
Jira was actually a character later on in Ninja Steel. They actually used that costume in Ninja Steel.
Is it supposed to be the same person?
No.
Like
It's
throughout
a-
history?
no, it was a
in-
totally
in-
different
in-
person.
In the lore?
Nah, it was a totally different person.
Oh, it was just a reference.
Yeah, they just used the costume. They're like,
Oh,
hey, we have this. Okay, let's use it.
oh wow.
But
How old is his series? His original series?
That was in 78.
So they used the costume from the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably updated version of it, but they used the
Oh,
costume.
I see what you mean. I thought you meant they actually like used the original.
But they
That's cool.
also teaming up with Shout Factory, so they also going to be using Shout Factory to put all these on. Shout Factory just added the first Kamen Rider series, which is starring the guy that played Geki, the Sentai Super Sentai Red Ranger,
Okay, that's cool.
the Zoo Ranger Red Ranger. So it's starring him. They have that up right now. I heard they're actually going to be putting all the Super Sentais on there. So they're going to start with the past, and then they're going to bring in more of the current stuff. I think next month, Dino Thunder and SPD Sentais are going on there.
Cool.
So I'm excited, and we have so much shit now to review.
How? I have a question about that one before we go. How
Yeah.
close is it to what was actually going on? Nothing, right?
Sentai?
No, SPD. Yeah.
SPD, it's very similar, because even Doggy Kruger is actual dog, but he looks completely different.
What? He's a different dog.
He's like a fuzzy dog. He doesn't look like the costume. It's kind of weird looking.
Okay.
He looks more like Splinter, to be honest with you. We actually look at him, the Japanese one.
Okay. And the final thing I wanted to bring up before we go is due to the current conditions in the world at large, Adult Swim has unlocked all of their shows. So you can basically go through their library of what they have on adultswim.com
Yeah.
and you can just watch everything.
Yeah, I was able to do that with Robot Checking yesterday. So yes.
If you wanna see episodes of Assy McGee, which I just think I might. How many seasons of Assy McGee? There's more than one season of Assy McGee. All right. So, yeah, please, if you need to keep yourself sane and safe inside, do that.
Yes.
Funny shit on there. Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
We'll wrap this one up.
We'll wrap this up.
Thank you for listening. Oh, they got Bebop too. Forgot about that. Thank you for listening to another episode of It Gets Better, I Swear. Make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere, and that's YouTube, SoundCloud, where you can hear this and the Wrestling Babble podcast, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress, and the Facebook group, also Red Cyclone Inc. No excuses, all one word. You know what it is.
Yep. Please follow me on all social medias. We just finished Not a Trekkie podcast. We have Shell Shock and the Morphin cast from last week, and all our regular stuff at Gets Better, I Swear, and the Wrestling Babble, all on Merkin the Mike on YouTube, Twitch TV, Instagram, Tumblr, and there's one more, SoundCloud. And then follow our Facebook pages, RedCycloneInc and the Wrestling Babble.
Yes.
And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Wash your hands before you touch them sandwiches.
From 6 feet away.
Yes.
Make sure he washes his hands.
Please.
Peace out.